Hi, Gil from Testing Gil here. You know what's good about AI? Well, at least for our purposes. Major LLMs are trained on a lot of data. A lot of the training data has similar patterns. For example, take e-commerce sites. They might not look like each other, but they all have the same behaviors. Login, a cart, purchasing, and there's something with money. And if by chance your application is also an e-commerce site, the test cases that you're going to generate will be applicable to what the LLMs were trained on. So these cases might apply to your case as well. Now, it's AI. Even if your application is completely unique and the LLMs have never heard about your kind of application before, they will still give you suggestions. These guys cannot be held back. But let's assume that your application is not completely unique. If you don't know where to start, ask the bot. Let's take a look at an example. Our Bigger Better bookstore. It's very unique. But there's another online shopping store for books, something that begins with an A. Let's give it a prompt. I have an online bookshop. Give me some suggestions for test cases. User authentication, book details, checkout process and order management, performance testing, security testing, and integration testing. And each category comes with at least 5 ideas. For example, the user authentication suggests the following: log in with both valid and invalid credentials. So, if you're new to the book business, that would be a good start. Let's say you want to start with the login cases, but you're feeling a bit lazy. So maybe you'll ask something like, can you give me examples of correct and incorrect credentials? And you'll get something like examples of valid input and an example of an invalid user with the expected result. And even brute force attacks. When I did that, I got 16 cases. And of course, I can ask for more cases and more examples. Now, if you paid attention to the suggestions, you might have noticed something was missing there. Something's about the UI. So I asked my soon-to-be overlord for example cases for that. Give me UI-related cases. And I've got a list of cases for cross-platform stuff and web-specific and mobile-specific and search and cart and navigation. I've got a total of 33 ideas, including dark mode and zoom functionality and gestures, and even some accessibility issues. So in under 2 minutes, I've got a list big enough to start testing for. But you see, I don't have a lot of time. So I asked, can you rank the cases by importance? So I can start from the important ones. And I got a list with the must test and the high priority and medium and low priorities. Cases like product search functionality and checkout process and basic authentication. The things that must be tested for any e-commerce online shop. And it also tells me the reason why I should start there. So now I know where to begin. But what if it's not my first day on the job? What if I'm not starting to test? In that case, some of the main things would probably have been tested already and may even have some automated tests for them. In that case, I would start on the medium ranking. Now, do I trust these suggestions? Not completely. I need to review the cases. I need to review the ranking. Maybe it's incorrect or inaccurate. And if it is, I can decide what to do. I can try to prompt it in the right direction, or I can take off on my own. In a real world, as a tester, I will have information and some expectations of what I'm about to test. I can review and evaluate the suggestions and spot missing cases. Imagine how much time I can save, but it comes with a warning. As the person who makes the decision about what to test or not, it is my responsibility to understand what I'm doing. I cannot blindly just copy everything. I cannot trust it completely. Consider the case for special characters in passwords. Most apps follow their own rules. But our Bigger Better bookstore software requires the password should include 3 Bs. We're very unique. We know the context, we know the risks. It's our decisions to make. Accept the responsibility and enjoy the time off. Who am I kidding? Go test some more. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share, and watch other videos on this channel. And in the comments, tell me about when you asked for suggestions and got some that surprised you, and why. Until next time, bye-bye.